Hi, this is Bob Grant. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to teach you about a hidden loophole in a man's mind that once triggered will start a chain reaction of passion, lust, and love for you and only you. What makes it so powerful is that he won't even know you're doing it. And once learned, you'll have an almost hypnotic effect on that one special man that you were meant to be with. In fact, if you're ready to have a man so addicted to you that all he can think about is wanting to spend time with you, then this is going to be the most eye-opening video you're ever going to watch. You see, what I'm about to reveal to you in the next few minutes is going to challenge everything you thought you knew about men, and more specifically, what they're attracted to in a woman. And I've got to tell you, what you're about to discover might even make you angry, because if you're alone right now, or you're with a man who is starving you from the romance you so desperately crave, then your attempts to show how strong and independent you are actually giving him the wrong impression. That instead of knowing how to use your feelings to make him melt with desire for you, you've been told that the most important thing is simply not to make a mistake, not to be too needy. Never get upset with the man, because if you do, he'll be angry with you. He'll think you're controlling, or worse, he'll leave you forever. And so in an attempt not to mess it up, you become cautious around him. And every new man you meet that catches your eye, making sure not to say the wrong thing, or become too emotional and make him doubt his love for you. Yet by guarding against doing the wrong things, you're actually missing the one trigger in your man that makes him feel an unending devotion to you, even if you say the wrong thing or get upset with him. Actually, it's not your fault, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But before I do, I'd like to introduce myself, because I think it's important that you know who I am and why I'm qualified to help you do this. I'm Bob Grant, and what you might not know is that for the last 14 years, I've been a licensed professional counselor, therapist, and relationship coach. During that time, I've only shared this secret with my private clients about what men are powerless to resist in a woman. After they've learned the secret trigger, they came back to me and told me of their experiences, of men stopping them in an elevator and begging them for their phone number, or their boyfriends suddenly hanging on their every word, and wives whose husbands seem to change overnight into a romantic beast. After hearing these results from my private clients, I came to realize that it wouldn't be fair to keep this secret from you, because you deserve to have that one special man who's so addicted to you that he can't stop thinking about you all day long. In fact, what I'm about to uncover in this video isn't based on theory or guesswork, or any of the so-called relationship advice you'll find in women's magazines or on morning talk shows. Surprisingly, my advice is to stay away from those things for the next 30 days, because that's part of the reason you're where you are. But more on that soon. Now I want to show you what will happen once you learn this secret. So close your eyes for me. Okay, now picture the man that makes your heart beat faster. Now imagine the feeling that comes over you when you see him glancing at you from across the room. You know, that spark, that electricity, that feeling that he's the guy for you and you want him. Now imagine walking into a packed room and there he is. He spies you from across the room and decides that it's you he wants to talk to. He's handsome and strong, and when he smiles, his eyes sparkle with desire for you. As he strikes up a conversation, every other woman in the room fades into the background as you mesmerize, tantalize, even hypnotize him into wanting you and only you. When you go your separate ways, he starts to fantasize about being with you. He thinks about you when he's at work. He dreams about you when he's asleep, because there's just something about you that he can't explain. He can't get you out of his mind, and it's driving him mad. Suddenly you find yourself wanted, desired, and adored by the kind of man that you've been dreaming about for years. He calls and texts you just begging for the chance to see you again, because you're like a drug that he can't get enough of, and he'll do anything to be with you. Well, what I've just described is exactly what will happen to you, because it's happened to my clients. So what have I been sharing with them in secret until now? As much as good looks, being positive and upbeat, and acting confident do influence a man romantically, none of these is as powerful as the most important romantic trigger of all, which is the ability to arouse a man's emotions. In fact, making an emotional connection with the man is the key to having a man almost panting with desire for you, that all he can think about is, when can I see you again? You see, right now, I'm giving you the chance to have exactly what you've been searching for your entire life. The man you were made to be with. A strong, attentive, and passionate man that adores you, loves you, cherishes you, and will do practically anything for you. Now, you may be sitting there thinking, yeah, right, Bob. All this might work on a 22-year-old with the right curves and a model's body. But I'm 30, 40, 50, whatever, and men just don't find me as attractive as they used to. Well, you know what I say to that? Stop reading all those glossy magazines that are destroying your confidence. And stop looking at all those Hollywood celebrities with envy, because all that garbage is giving you the completely wrong idea about what men are attracted to. Because here's the big secret. What men are attracted to is not what you think or what you've been led to believe by the popular media. Let me explain. Have you ever seen it when a man you like is so clearly drawn to another woman like a bee to a honeypot? He hangs off her every word. He asks her questions. He's interested in everything she has to say, and he doesn't want to leave her side. You love and hate it because you want to be that woman. You wonder how she's doing it. What does she have that you don't? Well, the answer is that she knows something you don't. Would you believe me if I told you that in the majority of my clients' cases, the way a woman looks has far less to do with why the man is so attracted to her and why he gives her so much attention? You see, the women who have guys eating out of the palm of their hand know this secret. To make a man look at you with longing desire, you must arouse a man's emotions and not simply stimulate his eyes. These women understand that triggering a man's emotions, the right emotions, attracts a man on a deep psychological level and sets off a chain reaction deep inside a man's mind that causes him to become overwhelmed with desire for you. And that's the crucial point. When you tap into a man's emotions using the right behaviors, body language, and words, you'll open a loophole in his mind that makes him crave getting closer to you. He'll find himself thinking about you during work, daydreaming about holding you in his arms, and never letting you go. And here's why. Most women don't realize that a man's emotions are actually very intense. If you've ever been with a man at his favorite sporting event or concert, you'll remember how loud and crazy he becomes when he's excited. The problem for men is that once their emotions are awakened, it becomes almost overwhelming. To keep from feeling out of control, a man keeps his heart tightly shut as a way to feel protected. This is why a man looks so uncomfortable when you ask him to talk about his feelings. He's afraid that if he opens the door to his heart, his emotions will take over. Frankly, it's just too scary, because feeling to him often makes him feel weak and helpless. Yet by keeping his feelings buried in the depths of his heart, he is vulnerable whenever those feelings are aroused. So when a man feels, it tends to be suddenly and very intensely. This is because when men feel, their feelings almost take over. As a woman, if you know how to awaken a man's feelings, he'll not only notice you, but find himself drawn to you like a moth to a flame. Until now, you've probably thought the only way to stir up the passion in a man was to try and become the perfect woman. Perfect hair, perfect smile, perfect body. Well, you get the idea. Now listen closely to what I'm about to say to you, because this is critical. Arousing a man's emotions, the right emotions, doesn't require you to be perfect at all. What a man wants more than anything else is a woman that can melt his guarded heart and free him from the agony of being incomplete. But he's not going to tell you this. That would be too embarrassing. Instead, he looks for that one woman who knows how to unlock the hidden combination to his heart. Once you activate the right emotions in his heart, feelings of intense desire and passion begin to flood his mind, often overriding his intellect. Even if he doesn't want to be in a relationship right now, even if he's not particularly romantic, even if you're not his type, and even if you're just meeting him for the first time. Once you open this loophole, his emotions will take over, and he'll feel a sudden rush of passion for you and only you. Let me share a quick story about one woman who learned this secret. And let me say, as crazy as it sounds, it is absolutely true. It involves a lovely woman named Sarah, who came to see me at my office in Georgia where I live. After only a handful of sessions at my office, I shared with Sarah the very secret I'm sharing with you now. After a few weeks, she was still a bit skeptical that my strategy would really work, until one Saturday morning she met her friends at a local coffee shop. She wasn't feeling very social, but she decided to go anyway, without any makeup, in a comfortable yet not very sexy long blue jean dress. She wasn't planning on meeting any men this morning. At one point, someone she knew came over to her table and said to her, "Wow, you look great." Her first thought was, is she kidding? But the look in her friend's eyes wasn't of teasing, but complete sincerity. She had been practicing exactly what we discussed, and now she was simply glowing. At the same table, there were two men that she casually spoke with. Both were the kind she had always wanted to date, but today she just didn't feel like even trying to be flirtatious and alluring. Yet when she was leaving, something snapped in both of them as they followed her into the parking lot to ask for her phone number, fearing they would never see her again. Since she was naturally shy, this had never happened to her before. After that Saturday, she knew something had changed inside of her, but she wondered if it was just a fluke. But over the next few weeks, 5 different men approached her, and she was bombarded with text messages and phone calls. She simply couldn't believe what was happening. For the first time ever, Sarah finally knew what it was like to be desired. Men were pursuing her, chasing her, and desperate to spend more time with her, and she was having the time of her life. So how did this 43-year-old divorcee manage to transform herself into the most desirable and enchanting woman in any room she entered, and have guy after guy texting her, emailing her, and calling her up for dates? Because she learned the secret about arousing a man's emotions was completely counterintuitive to everything she'd ever read. In fact, when I told her, she just stared at me and said, "That can't be right." So what did I tell her that made her look at me with complete disbelief? What enabled her to effortlessly cast a spell over these men without even trying? I told her that sharing her emotions with men would drive them crazy with desire. Her first response was, "But Bob, I've had men tell me not to be so emotional. I've been told I was too needy or manipulative. Men don't want a woman that complains. They want someone that is always happy and positive." I understood her concerns, and I can imagine yours as well. But listen very carefully to what I'm about to tell you. Learning how to use your emotions the right way is more potent than any designer dress or lavish makeup will ever be. Your emotions are the key to unlocking the combination of a man's heart and making him want to pursue you forever. When Sarah was willing to practice this weird tip I gave her, everything began to change. Just a few weeks later, on a day when she didn't feel pretty, these men had to meet her. And my frighteningly powerful formula has completely transformed Sarah's and many other of my clients' lives. In fact, after years of frustration, loneliness, and self-doubt, Sarah is now engaged to a 44-year-old doctor named Mark, and guess what? They've invited me to the wedding. And yes, you can achieve the same results too, just like so many of my private clients. So tell me, which of the following describes you? Are you a single woman who wants to attract the right man or add romance to your dating life? Perhaps you date frequently, but always end up with men that can't commit. Are you a woman who's recently split up from your husband or boyfriend and is desperate to get him back? Or move on and find someone better even? Or are you a woman who wants to be married but can't seem to persuade the man in your life to pop the question? Or a married woman desperate to reignite the spark within your marriage so that your husband once again starts showering you with the love, devotion, and passion that he once did? Well, if any of these apply to you, then I've got exactly what you need right here. Because I realized just a few short months ago that while I can only work with a limited number of clients, I had to share this secret with more good women who deserve the kind of love and devotion from a man that they've been craving. I want to show you, regardless of your circumstances right now, everything you need to bewitch and beguile practically any man you choose, so that he loves, cherishes, and adores you both now and for the rest of your life. To do that, I've created a program called The Woman Men Adore and Never Want to Leave. The Woman Men Adore and Never Want to Leave is a tried, tested, and 100% proven program that shows you how to unlock the secret qualities inside you that men find so overwhelmingly irresistible, consisting of a step-by-step and easy-to-follow manual, as well as power-packed video tutorials. This truly life-changing program has been developed using proven psychological strategies, scientifically based techniques, and real-world results that have worked for over 20 years. These strategies are built around understanding what men want, what they're attracted to, what kinds of actions and body language turns them on, and then literally giving them what they want, so that in an instant, you become everything they've been looking for, and any woman can do it, including you. So here are just a few things you'll discover in the Woman Men Adore program. You'll learn the simple behavioral changes you can make that will attract the right man and make them not only approach you, but flirt with you, covet you, and practically beg you to go out with them. How to plant subtle psychological messages in a man's mind that will instantly transform you into the only woman he wants to be with, to the very point he'll gladly crawl over broken glass just to spend an evening with you. The number one reason why men choose to get married or stay married to a particular woman. The negative signals women send out that frighten men away. If you're single, then there's a good chance you're doing this right now without even realizing it. So wouldn't you like to know what they are? You'll also learn how to use your innate feminine power to make a man powerless to resist you, how to make a man do what you want him to do and make him think it was his idea. The real reasons why some women drive away good men and continually pick the wrong types. What men really find attractive in a woman, and no, it's not what you think. The negative triggers that will destroy any new relationship before it's even started. If a man you've dated in the past suddenly went cold and stopped calling, there's a good chance that you committed one of these cardinal sins. how to make men feel instantly attracted to you, regardless of your age or looks, and have them hanging off your every word. The biggest mistake that women make while talking to men and how to avoid them. The most powerful secrets that will allow you to instantly alter your mindset so that you become the most confident woman in the room, able to talk to any man if you choose. The one thing that all dysfunctional relationships have in common, and once you spot this, it makes it so much easier to enjoy a happy, healthy relationship. How to leave a man wanting more so that he'll be thinking about you for days. How to instantly overcome the issues that are holding you back, like fear of rejection, lack of confidence, and low self-esteem, which are currently destroying your chances of dating the men you desire. Powerful and hugely effective body language techniques that will make men feel instantly attracted to you without even knowing why. Remember, men are hardwired to respond to certain behaviors and signals, and I'll show you exactly what they are. The 5 things every man wishes you knew. If you'd known these 5 things earlier, your entire life would have played out differently because you would have been able to attract exactly the kinds of guys you always wanted. How to use your femininity to disarm a man. Break down his defenses. Turn him into the caring, loving, and devoted boyfriend or husband you've always wanted. And that's only the beginning. What I've got for you today is an explosive and truly eye-opening formula that has been proven to work time and time again, transforming the lives of thousands of women all over the world. And to prove it, here are just a few of the many letters and emails that I've received over the last few years from women who have used these insights to arouse the passion in the man of their choice. Here's an email from a woman named Tina. She wrote, I finished the Woman Men Adore program and loved it. I've had more attention in the last 3 months than in my entire life. The funniest part of it all is that I'm 41 and have yet to date a man over 33 since going through the program. I had never dated younger men before, and now I love it. But I have more in common with them than men my own age. It's crazy. I'm really loving my life for the first time in years, even though I'm a single mother with 2 great kids. Thank you. Tina Torkelson, Delaware. And this one, Dear Bob, I don't know if you'll get this email, but I wanted to express my gratitude about your techniques in the Woman Men Adore. I was 20 years old and I had never been with anyone. I wanted to learn, however, and so I purchased your program. What you revealed at the time sounded a bit simple, but I did wonder if you were right. Today I'm with someone that loves me and cherishes me. We've had our ups and downs, but I have applied your techniques and let me say they work. We actually had a conflict not so long ago over behavior that I felt was inappropriate. The few things I said were more effective than if I would have yelled and screamed and nagged. He asked me, what can I do so the next time I don't hurt you the way I hurt you tonight? He really wanted to make me feel better. He wanted to please me. It was exactly how you described in your program. I have followed everything you've mentioned in the program to the letter. Women who question your techniques without trying them are insane. Sincerely, Natalie Morin. And if you're already married, here's a letter that I received just a few weeks ago from another happy woman. Dear Bob, I purchased your program just over 3 months ago, and the results have been outstanding. My partner has gone from my worst nightmare to the man of my dreams, actually even beyond my wildest dreams. We pretty much started to hate each other and were very close to separating. But after using your program, everything began to change. 3 weeks ago, he proposed to me, and we're getting married in just a few months. I've never been happier. Thank you. Dawn in Manchester, England. Then there's this from Maria in Minnesota. Your program is a lifesaver. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It saved our marriage. I love receiving letters and emails like this, and I really want you to be the next person I help. And you want that too, right? You want to be loved, adored, and treated the way you deserve to be treated, don't you? You want to be looked upon as irresistible to men. Well, you will be once you know how. Because there's a great guy out there just waiting for you. But until now, you didn't know what he was looking for, how to make him desire you. And remember, it doesn't matter whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, and beyond. It doesn't matter whether you're skinny or not, whether you're a blonde, brunette, redhead, or whatever. Whoever you are, the secrets revealed within this incredible program will allow you to attract that one special man who loves you, cherishes you, and adores you like no one else on the planet, and keep him that way forever. So tell me, how valuable would knowing this information be to you? I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say a lot. After all, I think you can see now the secrets contained within this program have the power to change your life completely and make you more desirable than you've ever been in your life and happier than you could ever dream about. My clients who come to see me at my office in Georgia pay $250 an hour for my consulting sessions. And it would take me over 10 hours to share everything contained in the Woman Men Adore program, which means a total cost of $2,500. But here's the good news. I'm not going to ask you to pay anything like that. But before I tell you what the price is, I'd like to ask you one very important question. How much value do you place on your own happiness? I mean, what's the value to you of being able to attract the man of your dreams, make him fall in love with you, and give you everything your heart desires? And know for a fact that you don't need to waste another second of your time trying to figure men out and what they want, because you'll be able to read them like a book. If you're a married woman, how much would it be worth to have the current man in your life start to cherish you and fall madly in love with you all over again? And what would it be worth to you to be able to easily diffuse quarrels, arguments, and other relationship troubles as they occur and effortlessly influence your man to your way of thinking? In short, what price would you put on learning how to become the woman men adore and never want to leave? Well, when I've asked my clients this, they've told me it's priceless due to all of the improvements they've seen and felt in their lives. So what's your answer? Would you pay $10,000 to have the man you've always wanted be completely spellbound in your presence? What about $5,000? Or how about $2,500, which you could easily pay if you visited me in my office in Georgia? What is it worth to finally have the secrets that no man can resist? Well, the good news is that although my program is easily worth that figure and much more, I'm going to make you a special offer today. You see, I genuinely love helping people improve their lives and their relationships, and as a result, I created this online program so that I could help those who weren't able to consult with me face-to-face in my home state of Georgia, and also to help those who can't afford the high cost of relationship counseling. So you're not going to have to pay $2,500. You're not going to have to pay $1,000 either, or even $500 for that matter. In fact, if you go ahead and order today, you'll be given instant access to the Women Men Adore program, complete with manual and video tutorials for just $47. Yes, that's all. Just $47 to begin experiencing the passionate and loving relationship you've always wanted. Now let's be honest, $47 isn't exactly a life-changing sum of money. We're talking about a pizza and a movie here, one meal at a restaurant, a tank of gas if you're lucky. You don't think twice about paying out for those things, but the fact is none of these things will have a lasting effect on your life or bring you long-term happiness. But this could. This program has the power to genuinely transform your life for the better, just as it has for thousands of women all over the world. But hang on for a moment. To show you how much I want to help and to make this offer even more of a no-brainer for you, I'm going to include the following two bonuses completely free. Special bonus number 1, the Single Woman Quick Change Guide. This is for single women looking to make immediate changes to their lives and achieve the fastest possible results from the Woman Men Adore program. I'll show you exactly what you need to do to start attracting the right kind of men from the get-go, good men who are in it for the long haul. I'll also show you how to get past and spot the games that single men play so you can easily avoid those types of men in the future. If you're single, this will rapidly revolutionize and drastically improve your dating life. This special bonus carries a value of $47 on its own, yet you're going to get it absolutely free. Special bonus number 2, the Married Woman Quick Change Guide. This bonus is for women who are either married or in a serious relationship and want to improve. I'll show you all the tricks of the trade that will enable you to achieve fast and permanent changes and create the kind of loving, nurturing, and devoted man you've always wanted. This is the next best thing to pushing a button and changing your man overnight. Again, this bonus is valued at $47, but for you it's free. But we're still not finished. If you order today, you'll also receive this, 30-day free membership to the Women Men Adore Club, where I will work with you and a select group of other smart and successful women and provide you answers to your most pressing relationship questions. I created this unique club because I have found that most women have some common questions that arise when they start using the Women Men Adore for themselves. The club is optional, but I wanted you to know that I'm here to support and help you unleash the sensual side of you that you've kept buried deep inside you and not allowed men to see until now. But I'm still not finished giving. You see, to show how much faith I have in my product and the methods I teach, I'm also going to give you this, my 60-day, 100% risk-free money-back guarantee. And here's how it works. Go ahead and order the Women Men Adore program today, and I'll give you a full 60 days to check it out, completely risk-free. That's right. If for any reason you aren't happy with the Women Men Adore program, all you need to do is email me within the first 60 days, and I will refund every cent of your investment with absolutely no questions asked, and we'll part as friends. I'm offering this guarantee because I know how amazingly effective the program is and how much you're going to get out of it. All I ask is that you put my program to the test and try out the techniques and strategies involved. Even if you decide to refund, you can still keep the product and the bonuses. So this guarantee means that you've got everything to gain and absolutely nothing to lose. So now it's decision time, and you have two choices right now. A, you can ignore everything you've just seen and go back to your life as it is right now. So if you're a married woman, you can go back to the frustration and the struggles that you've no doubt been experiencing for a while now, where your husband ignores you, neglects you, and fails to give you what you need. And if you're single, you can go back to what you've been trying up until now, going from failed relationship to failed relationship and continue worrying that you may never find the one. Or there's option B, where you download this program right now and immediately begin to understand why life has been the way it is and exactly what you need to do to either completely transform your current relationship or, if you're single, finally attract the man you were destined to be with. So what's it going to be? A or B? Remember, Albert Einstein once said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and hoping for different results. So why not try something that does work and has worked for so many women all over the world? Why not try something that has been proven to work for over 20 years? After all, we only have one life on this earth, so why continue sitting by day after day just longing for the love you so desperately desire? One of the saddest things is when I get emails from women who tell me how lonely and scared they are, just wondering if they'll ever be able to have a man in their life who makes them feel alive. Instead, they live out their lives alone or get trapped in the wrong relationship, settling for second best because they feel as though time is running out. Don't let that happen to you. Don't settle for second best. Don't think that your soulmate isn't out there waiting for you, because he is. And everything you need to know in order to find him is right here, right now. Either way, I want to help you find that man. And the Women Men Adore program and Women Men Adore Club are all you'll ever need. So don't miss out. Grab your copy of the Women Men Adore program today, as well as your 3 completely free bonuses by clicking on the Add to Cart button below. When you do, you'll have a chance to review your order before being taken to my 100% secure order page. After completing the payment page, you'll be given immediate access to the secrets of arousing a man's emotions and creating a connection with him on a deep, passionate level. Whether you're ready to finally have that one special man in your life or simply looking to create a deeper level of intimacy in your current relationship, I want you to have the same success and happiness that thousands of my clients have taken by ordering the Women Men Adore program today. So go ahead and click the Add to Cart button below, and I'll see you on the other side.